Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's kind of in between. So, I want to talk about quantum paradox or paradox. I'm going to wait for a few more people to get in. How are y'all today? Goddess Divine Empress, hi. Abo City, Rochelle, Jasmine, Jasmina's Beauty, hey, shout out. Jasmina's Beauty, y'all go subscribe to her. She did Michael Jackson's hair once. Shorty Doo Wop. Hey y'all. Carrie. Uptown Business. Okay. So hey everybody. Sorry I can't say hi to all of you guys, but thank y'all for coming in so quick. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Hi everybody. um okay, so when I go to sleep, I don't really sleep. I'm doing other stuff like I'm learning. I'm actually getting information and downloads while I sleep. And the whole time that I'm sleeping, it's like all this stuff is just pouring to my brain and making sense and like creating examples in my mind, and I'm understanding it on a deeper level because the dreams also use the information and puts it into action so that I could see what's actually happening. It's kind of weird. Like this kind of stuff just started happening. I'm gonna say this year, 2019. And ever since I started really looking into quantum physics, this is how a lot of my dreams are. So, or astral travels, they're very teaching. It's almost kind of like in that movie, The Matrix, where when they hook you up to like the computer and you get all this information while you sit there and you don't really have to go learn it, it comes in like that. It's weird. And I think that's a perfect way to explain it, how they did on The Matrix. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's how it is when you dream and get all this information that, you're not really learning, but you maybe know the principle or a little bit about it, but then everything just comes into a full understanding or a deeper understanding. Okay. Now let me tell you all about the quantum paradox. Okay, if y'all don't know what a quantum paradox is, it basically is I'm going to read y'all the definition so that y'all can get a good definition. Not my own words, but the words of Okay. So quantum paradox it involves two particles or two things, it could be, let's say two earths or two people that are entangled with each other according to quantum mechanics. That means that could be your other self, it could be another version of this reality. So each particle is individually in an uncertain state until it is measured, at which point the state of that particle becomes certain. So that means if you don't believe that it exists, it doesn't exist. When you believe it exists, it exists. Okay. So basically, if you understand it, if you know it's there, if you feel it's there. Whatever you feel that particle, earth, place, universe to be, if you recognize it, it is there. Okay. So, quantum. So, the earth was not built from the earth out. The earth is part of the cosmos. The earth was built from above. The pyramid was built from above. That's why Thoth says the pyramid was not built from the ground up. It was built, from the top down. So, and so this is not the original. Okay. So basically, now this is gonna blow your mind. Well, you may already know it. But basically, from the earth, or if you are not of the cosmos, or if you cannot access the cosmos, or if you are on earth trying to change something and create something in the cosmos, and it's not already there, or it doesn't recognize you, or you never were there, you can't change a thing there. You cannot access that. And this is why, certain people do not have direct connection to the cosmos, because they are not represented in the cosmos on the quantum level. Okay. Because it is built from the cosmos down. So when people try to edit genetics, when people try to figure out all this stuff and how to do this and that, and in outer space, in the cosmos, and the genetics, and all sort of things, it will never be successful because it does not have its counterpart in the cosmos. So therefore, it does not exist. And to a certain when you get to a certain level, let's talk about like time travel, or let's say you're moving into the future. And when you get to a certain point, if there's no you in the cosmos, if there's no you know paradoxical you, if there's no entangled you, then you bounce back and start going backwards in time. That's why the name of that movie was Back to the Future, because here's the wall, here's the screen, and let's say you're trying to go to your other self, or get to the other side to your entanglement. Well, the screen is going to stop you because there's nothing over there, right? Because you don't exist over here if you are not of the cosmos originally. So what happens is you bounce back and go back the other way. That way is your future instead of this way. So that's why it says back to the future. So when you go back to the future, it means that your future can only exist on this plane of existence, of this plane, Earth. Okay. But if you are able to access the cosmos, this, if you're able to access the cosmos, your particle will then turn into a wave, which can penetrate or go through any screen, surface, or whatever, and reunite as a particle in the other side, or in the universe, wherever where you exist already. Okay. So that would be like the original version of you. And so that's why in the movie Us, you saw a lot of mirrors, you saw a lot of doubles, and you saw a lot of people with scissors, because they were trying to sever that connection. So that's why they walked around with scissors, because they wanted to be the real one. Or they didn't want they didn't want to exist in this world, because they knew that their original self was in another place. So basically, the paradox comes in to play where people try to meddle and change things and corrupt things from Earth, but it will never really go too far into the future because it is not there, and it never will be there. That's why it's so important to understand that, um, what things or bad things that are done to us don't happen um, in the other paradox self. In fact, it's almost like a computer virus, and it's almost like trying to locate the virus and basically put that firewall of protection up and delete the virus, because it cannot access the database or the mainframe of the quantum computer on the other side. That's why they built a quantum computer here. That's why there's a quantum computer here now they've built. But you still cannot access the quantum computer over here, even if you built one over here, because this one was built first. So therefore, it is the original. And you can't access this, you still can't access the cosmos through a quantum computer. Um, that's like trying to build a cell phone to reach another, part of the universe when this cell phone is inside the cell phone that you're trying to reach. How does that make sense? How are you going to call yourself from a phone that's inside of the phone of yourself? It makes zero sense. So the quantum computer is more going to be like an app, to the cosmos, and that so that's useless as well. I mean, you can use it for things here, but I know why they're trying to build it to access the cosmos, but you can't do that either because it's inside. It's like that song, "You Just Another Part of Me." It's like, okay. But the quantum computer access on Earth are the cosmic people, or the people that are able to return to the cosmos. We are like the quantum computers. And so every time they try to mess with our DNA, try to mess with our genes, try to mess with our, mental or program or makeup or whatever, it sends information and messages to the main quantum computer and then our other selves that are in the real future outside of time that exist on Earth, so that the solution is already created, or the counterpart, or the thing to defend against is already been created and sent all the way in the past. So whatever, that's why in the Bible it says no weapon formed against you shall prosper, because they already have the game plan, and they already know how to implement the protection. It's like when your protection runs out on your computer and you have to upload or buy new virusware, it's already like on there. They built the whole thing to not even be breached. So a lot of people will keep looking. It's like, oh, well, there has to be a flaw. There has to be a hack. There has to be a way to do it. There has to be a hack. There has to be a way. Well, if you already knew that, this hack was trying to be found, or this way was trying to be found to access the cosmos, wouldn't you put it in place to never be able to be reached? Wouldn't you know that the perfect way to create a hack proof system is to make um, the hack or the solution a trap. So, the only access that you would have towards, even hacking semi close to, getting in would be the trap to get caught, you know. And so the flaw is the trap. So when you think you found the way, it's actually just the trap. It's kind of like Maze Runner, You think you find a way, and then you get into the little office building, and you see all the other computers, and then you walk out the door, and it's a whole nother adventure, a whole nother matrix, a whole nother game. Y'all ever seen that movie, Maze Runner? So when you think you found the answer, it's just a whole nother trap. If you're trying to get out, or you're trying to do something without doing it the correct way, when you're trying to hack through. So, um, right. hmm Right. It's not real, but it's real on the other side, which makes it real um, to those who know uh, that it's real over there. So, Okay, so now, yeah, trying to hitch a ride. You know what? You know what? That's so crazy that you mentioned that because I was thinking about the hitching a ride thing, and it brought me back to that Lady Gaga video with Beyonce, Telephone, and she picked Gaga up from prison, and she put Beyonce put her in the car, and they drove off into the sunset with a cracked mirror. That cracked mirror would represent the mirror image of itself, and in the quantum paradox. Thank you, we care a lot. Ashira, can you tell us on your opinion on what you think, why you think we're here? What is the purpose of being on Earth before we get out? Um, I don't think the purpose is to accomplish anything. I think the purpose is to experience things and to grow and to learn and to become a uh, a stronger frequency, and to also help expand the universe, and also to experience yourself through different perspectives, right? So yes, that's what I think it's for: to know thyself, to experience thyself, to experience other things, right? But the point is, here's the thing: why would you want to hack into a creation system that um, you can actually have access to if only you do a certain thing? Why is that one certain thing, which is becoming one with the part of the creation? Why is that not like on the top of the list? Why is hacking it? Why is trying to figure it out? Why is dismantling and creating havoc part of the nature of certain beings that don't want to just become one, to have access to everything? That's my number one question. Like, if I knew I could have access to everything, if I just did, joined another family, I'd be like, okay, where do I sign up? I wonder what is the whole attachment to the earth, because if you are able to access the cosmos, you also be able to access the earth at any time. And what I really think it's about is trying to gain full control of the cosmos, which is a paradox within itself. Um, right. So it's about control, right? So whenever there is something happening here in this reality, on the other reality, it also happens if it exists, if it's real over there. If it's not real over there, it doesn't happen over there, you know? So it would be like invisible, it would be like our inner self feeling some type of way, and saying, okay, well, I've got to do better. I've got to overcome this. I've got to overcome that. I've got to be stronger in this area because I feel like some certain thing is, making me want to rise into a certain level of intelligence, or work on this a little bit harder. You don't know what it is over there because it doesn't exist over there, but you feel it and see it over here, whether it being racism, unfair treatment, da 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 da. But over there, all it is motivation from within, or some type of intuition. And so everything over here that the versions of us, like in the movie, are suffering, over here it's pleasure. Like when the lady said, when I had my baby, they had to cut me open, but over here you just had yours with ease. So it's kind of like the opposite. I think they would rather reign on earth than be part of the cosmos. Yeah, but now that a lot of people know, thank you for the donation. Now that a lot of people know that the earth is not, it doesn't count over there. Now I think that's why they're trying to hack it, because they know it doesn't count. They don't exist over here. And so they've been deleted off the database on this side, but only on this side can they exist. So it will kind of be frustrating. And I have to put myself in other people's shoes. So if I were, if I were like that, then I would have to say, well, I want to exist somewhere else too. And I guess I would try to do the same thing, or I would join in and have access to both. But I guess it's kind of like, a challenge, but the whole challenge is the trap. The whole challenge in itself, the whole challenge in itself is the trap. Just like the Harry Potter mirror, they couldn't see whatever they wanted to see if they were seeking it for, if they were seeking it. hmm So that's the whole. So if we shift poles, it reverses the paradigm. No, we're not shifting poles. I mean, there is a pole shift, but it's not shifting it like, you know, in just one direction. It's the 4D Earth is going in and out of itself. It's becoming a paradoxical fourth dimensional frequency in itself. So the Earth becomes more like the cosmos, because the cosmos is also doing the same thing right now. Uh, so even that's why the AI, or the transferring of the consciousness and the studying of the brain and how to bring consciousness into another human brain, is being like studied a lot, because when the earth starts turning into that, then there are two sides of the earth. Okay. And when it's shaped and has that donut shape and it's going in and out of itself, then it makes even more sides. So if you are starting to decrease and have less existence on this side of the on the planet, then on the other side of the planet you will start to not also exist. So the universe sends out the commands, and then the earth receives the commands. It gets all the information together, and then it receives those plans, and then it starts doing exactly what the universe has instructed it, or what the cosmos has instructed it, and it starts turning into this fourth dimensional earth. And what it does is the same thing that the universe is doing, creating the paradox within itself. So that's how a lot of species and things, and certain people on planets start to disappear, because they were trying to hack the cosmos through the quantum computers on the planet, which are the people of the cosmos. So once that happened, once people realized what was going on, and once um, people started waking back up and studying the quantum aspect and the quantum physics, then the instruction was sent, basically. So now this is why the weather, the shift, the giant sun, the crazy looking moon, because everything has the connection to the quantum. And once it's breached, or once it's like trying to be hacked, it hasn't been breached, but once they see that it's trying to be hacked, they have to put up that firewall, which is, there's another firewall in the cosmos as well. And they have to send out the program to delete it. And that's what happens. And so if the people want to join and mix in the way that it was intended to do, to access the cosmos, that's fine. But those who want to challenge, those are the people that are trying to hack the quantum computer of the cosmos, basically. I'm explaining it this way because I think people understand computers better than quantum physics. So or, science in general. So I'm explaining it this way so that it can be understood. I'm not saying there's a literal or, just, so you can imagine a computer, but I'm just explaining it in this way so it's understandable. The shift got you happy? Me too. I woke up so happy and thankful. I'm like, "Dang, I really have the life that I always wanted." And I'm like, not many people could say that. You know, not many people could do what they want to do, be where they want to be, and live the life that they want to live, and makes them happy every day that they wake up. That's very rare. So I was like, I should be very thankful, and I should tell all my subscribers thank you as well for allowing me to be able to do the thing that I like and love to do so much. So thank y'all too. I really appreciate that. And that's what I woke up feeling this morning after, having this um, dream with lessons and teachings in it. So got my Thanos cup because you can't hack Thanos. Got that in, he got that time. He got that infinity stone. I don't know which one was that. So these are like all the chakras lining up. And then when he snapped his fingers, stuff just go. Stuff just disappear. It's like, goodbye. This is Sasha's cup, y'all. She'd be mad if she saw me drinking out of it. That's my cup. But I thought it was appropriate for this video. So. Right. I got this probably from a bookstore, Books A Million. They sell like stuff like that in the bookstore. It's by Marvel. What's my thought on Trump impeachment? Well, the way that he was impeached, he's still be able to be the president. So, I mean, what really has changed? Is he still allowed to tweet? Is he still allowed to talk? Is he still the president? You know what I'm saying? The laws on the silly laws that are in place here, some of the silly laws and how stuff works here doesn't matter. Okay, it don't exist in the real, scheme of things. It does, and now I finally understand when people say this doesn't exist. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist here. It means it has no impact on the future. That's what it means. It's like in the movie Back to the Future, when someone goes into the past and does something, and then something starts to disappear in the future. It's kind of like that. It doesn't really exist because it doesn't exist in the future or over here. So it's not even real here. This is just what's happening right now because it's unable to happen over here. This is the only place that it can happen. And so if you're a cosmic being and things like that, these type of situations and these type of, rules and governments and laws have no impact on you whatsoever or your future. That's why a lot of people don't vote and don't buy into politics or religion because it don't exist over there where they are originally from, the cosmos, right? The only law over there is cosmic law, universal law. So, you have different laws here because you have different things here, but over there, they don't exist. Okay. So it doesn't matter. We don't have a president over there. Okay. You wouldn't need one. You wouldn't need a president over there. Think about it. Like just sit there and ponder. If you were creators, if you were cosmic beings, if you used cosmic law and things like that, why would you need a president? You wouldn't. Okay. Did the ancient gods and goddesses of ancient Kemet have a president? No. So we'd never needed one. Okay. And I think that's exactly why they nickname Donald Trump the last president, because we realize we don't need one. They don't exist to us anymore after we get this information. And when I say they don't exist, I don't mean that they're not literally sitting here talking and walking. I mean, they don't exist in the grand scheme of things or in our future, or can they affect any outcome that is going to happen for us? As long as you understand, it's not even a belief anymore. It's as long as you understand now, as long as you can understand the quantum paradox. You know how they say it is done? This is it. So shall it be. Then that's all that it takes. That's it. Knowledge. Say knowledge is the key. Knowledge will set you free. The truth will set you free. And the more people that understand this, the more things will not impact us here either. We will take what's there and create it here. You know what I'm saying? Once enough people wake up. So, what's real over there, we're understanding what's real over there, what's not real. So, in this existence, we're saying, okay, well, this existence is unnecessary. Just like Thanos was talking about, some of this stuff got to go. When you clean out your closet because you're getting ready to move or something or do something different, you start, I don't need some of this stuff. This shirt, it was cute, but I'll never wear it again. So it's kind of like cleaning out things that are unnecessary. And the whole thing about cleaning up things that are unnecessary or that you don't need or that are not, going to be useful in the future existence or the simultaneous existence. The same thing that they try to say about our junk DNA is what the quantum computer over here is saying about people that are non-existent or don't have any part or use in the future on this side of existence. So it's about it's about knowing. Do y'all have any questions? Thank you. Y'all can like the video if y'all want to. Thank you. I appreciate it. Getting rid of karmic law mindset gets rid of karmic thinking cycles, right? Mind builds. Yes, it's built from above, it's built from within, it's built from, not here. And remember the thing about particles and waves. Some particles can turn into waves and then back into particles. Others cannot, So it's very interesting when you start to study quantum. It's like stuff really starts shifting and changing in reality. And I feel that when the right amount of people with a certain type of frequency start understanding this on a higher level or a deeper level, you'll see so much more change. And I know a lot of entertainers probably were taught this, and I see a lot of it in rap. I see a lot of it in lyrics. I see so much of it. I see a lot of it in one of the songs Jay-Z did with Jay Electronica, We Made It. I see it in his video On to the Next. I see a lot of it in Kanye's lyrics, Fourth Dimension, on the Kids See Ghosts Sometimes album. I hear it on the song, yeah, Fourth Dimension. A lot of his music, and I really feel that a lot of people understand the quantum, but are able to explain it in music style, in rap or poetry, and just like Lupe Fiasco. Y'all, I put that video out there, Tron, on my community section, and he talks exactly about the database trying to erase. So, you know, if I could talk to anybody, any of the rappers or entertainment, I would pick Lupe Fiasco because he's almost spitting it out as if he has a um, photographic memory or whatever, and he could just regurgitate it out, and that would be like, and he could make it rhyme. Okay, Future speaks in code, right? But see, but Lupe doesn't even really bother with the codes. He just says that if you know code, you know what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Because if you try to listen to his raps, it won't make sense unless you know code. There's like not any even double meaning in there. It's just like, here you go. Do you believe we got some sort? Do you believe we got sort of captured in this dense reality? It's like yeah, it's a dream until you wake up and realize the dream you is not the real you. Until you wake up to the real you. That's an power remix. Until you realize that there's only one you. So you have the power to get out from up under you. That's Jay-Z. So the power to get out from up under you. That's the turning of the inside out donut shaped planet. So now you have the power to get out from up under you. See? Um, and then at the end it says, it's burnt up already. It's over. It's already done. And then on some song by Drake, I think it's Omerta or Gold Roses, Drake and Rick Ross. He says, "Oh, forget it now. I'm already home." I think it's Omerta or Gold Roses, one of those. But anyway, the song starts off talking about, well, I'm already home now. It's too late. So, referencing the original higher self, right? hmm What are my thoughts about life on other planets being among the life on other planets would be in a whole different form, whole different particle form, and we would still have access to that too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of us too. So any planet we desired to go on, our waves would turn into the particles that would work correctly on that planet to experience life on that planet. So say for example, we wanted to go to the planet Saturn or Jupiter. Um, our waves, which is how we would travel, gamma ray waves, light waves, would then turn into the type of particles that could experience life on that planet. So we would probably turn into some type of gas mist. Y'all not remember how like Dracula used to travel in a mist, or ghosts travel in a mist and then they form or whatever in the light spectrum, vapors, right? So if we were to turn into the mist or the gas particles on Saturn to experience life there, because it's a mostly gas planet, that's how we would form ourselves there. If we were to come back to Earth, we would have to form ourselves in a physical particles that were more dense because the different gravity and the different type of atmosphere and makeup of the planet. So we have access to all those planets. And we are the aliens. How can you be an alien when it's you? So I did see Solange's new album. I think I've seen that a long time ago. That's not new, it's old, well late. And that came out like a long time ago, like last year. And I think she re-put it out, like a director's cut version of it, because of what Kanye is doing. Because it looked like Kanye was watching that and got some idea for his Yandi. And I'm speaking of the choreography in it and the symbolism in it. Okay, if y'all watch Solange, um, Solange's new videos, it's like a 41-minute thing of videos, and she films it in Houston, which is cool because I see a lot of stuff that I recognize. And then you go watch Kanye on his Sunday services, you'll see a lot of similarity. And she came out with that first. I ain't saying nothing, but I'm just saying they have the same message and idea. Mhm. Even down to the donut or the eye or the circle with the hole in the middle, sun symbol as well. Isn't that weird how it all adds up? Uh-huh. Can you really tell what's going on with celebrities? Yes, because they're putting code in it. I think some people have a hard time understanding this because they don't realize that when you sign up to be this influential, remember, influence has more power than any political person or any religion. So when you sign up to be an influencer of the youth, of the masses, you sign up to learn things, you sign up to put code in your music, your songs, da da da. Da. Yes, you are a messenger, you are an influencer. All major celebrities are involved. Yes, absolutely. Heart-wise, yes. Heart-wise said absolutely, absolutely. So it's not just surface. It's not surface. That's just the entertainment value of it for those who are still asleep. You know, just like in a dream. When you dream, nothing is there by mistake. Okay, you may be flying and swinging backwards on a rope, or you may be on um, a Ferris wheel in your dream and having a good old time. But when you wake up and you need to decode that dream to see what it really means, you have those symbols there. You have that code there. You're able to see what your subconscious mind or your other mind or your lower or higher mind is trying to tell you. So I feel that when you do that, you get the codes just like when you look at what celebrities are putting out and posting on purpose because they can just post anything. If celebrities were just posting random stuff on purpose, it would be looking just like your Instagram or everybody else's Instagram. It wouldn't have different things in it, symbols, hats, colors, stuff in the background that are in focus. Things are very different when posted by influencers that are major, celebrities. So just pay close attention. Okay. Um, oh, y'all worried about my hair? Child, my hair. When I cut it, I had it cut in layers, so the ends are wispy, and y'all remember when I straightened it, I said the ends are wispy because it was cut in layers, and I'm trying to grow out my layers. So my hair is still thick. Look at that. But the ends are wisps because they were cut in layers. That's why I don't really wear it curly because you can see that when it's really curly until it all grows out into this thickness. Like I should just cut that off. I really should. Um, but thank y'all for noticing my hair. I really didn't do anything to it today. But put this headband on it and just woke up. Like, oh, guess I'll just be me. But actually, I'll put in a ponytail. Um, I didn't have time to do my hair this week because I was doing a lot of Christmas shopping before our guests and family arrive. And I had to get out all my packages for my Poshmark and so on and so forth. So plus I thought I'd give it a break anyway. Anyway, thank you. So let's get back to the topic. All right, so if y'all were on my other video when I had this magazine, people were asking me the names of these magazines for my other video. So this one is Science for the Curious, and it's called Discover. This is a magazine I found in the grocery store. You gotta go like to the magazine section. Like it's not just like up at the counter where the tabloids are. You gotta go look in the magazine section. And then we got archaeology. You can probably get these in the bookstore too. And then of course the Farmer's Almanac for 2020, sorry. So y'all were asking me, and also that Jesus one, I don't remember the name. It's just Centennial Bible, Jesus, Mary, Joseph. That's the name of it. It's just like a magazine book, and we changed him to Black Jesus. So that's not what it looks like in the store, okay? Y'all know that's not what it looked like in the store. It looks like, the painting that they had up there originally, the blonde hair and the blue eyes. So, that's the name of those magazines, if y'all asking me. But so if they made religion here, now this is very important. Listen, the quantum paradox and religion. If they make religion here, and they make religion look like this, then who in the world are you worshiping, because this don't exist over there? You know what I'm saying? This cannot exist in the cosmos or the heavens. It cannot. So if you want it to exist, it has to look like this. All the original deities were melanated or cosmic. And so, right. Am I a Christian witch? I don't put labels on myself, because you can't put labels on the cosmos, baby. You can't. Goddess, cosmos, when you form into a lower version of self, human, goddess, human, whatever. So I don't take labels. I try to describe myself the best I can. A She-Ra, she, the female version of a Ra, star of the stars, goddess. Okay. That's the best way I can explain myself. That's why that's my YouTube name. And in this aspect. So I don't take titles of things like that. But in order for this to exist in the cosmos or the other side or the quantum paradox side, it cannot be part of the program that is going to delete itself, I'll say. So that's why religion is failing, because they don't seem real anymore, because they don't have the right image in place. And it was out of it was out of pride. It was out of greed and the want to control that created the program to delete itself. Isn't that crazy? So, out of wanting to conquer and outwit and outdo that in which created you, deleted you. Does that make sense? Right. So y'all break down Christian for those new people, because Christian just means a melanated, uh it just means anointed gift of God. That means melanin. You have you melanin. So right. The very name Christian means I am you melanated. I am melanated. I am you melanated. And that's why, they use Chris Brown a lot, and on his Instagram, and his clothing line, and the symbolic stuff that he puts out every now and then, because of his name. Names are also important when they use you and want to put code and symbols and stuff through you as an influencer. hmm You used to get in trouble for questioning the pastor. That's funny, but I would never question a pastor. You know why? Because why would I question something that, why would I question someone that I know is getting paid to lie to me? Okay. And they may not even know the truth. I might just teach the pastor, but I would never question them because they don't have my answers. Um, I remember I used to send Sasha to this little daycare that was part of like this little church. And we didn't go to the church. It was just cheaper than other daycares, and it was right by my house. So it's like, oh, she's only 3 years old or 4 years old. She ain't gonna remember this. And so I would. She went there, and the pastor of the church was like this black lady, and she was talking to me, and she's like, oh, what do you do? Da da da. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't tell her that I did YouTube, but she was like, well, you seem like you know a lot of stuff. I would like you to come teach at the church, but of course we're based on the Trinity and, this and that. And I was like, well, if I taught the truth, I said, I don't think that they would want to hear that. Are you sure? And she's like, well, what do you believe? And I'm like, well, what do you believe? That's where we stopped, because I was like, I don't think I belong in the church, baby. And so, as soon as I mentioned ancient Egypt, she lost interest. So I knew that was it. Um, what are my experiences with spirits in your home? Um, well, I know we used to have a lot of spiritual activity before we got the cat. Lots. It got way less as the shift occurred, and way less when the cat came in. I think cats keep them out. Get you a cat. Do you have cats? hmm I was reading about cats yesterday. They can see electromagnetic energy, so they could see spirits and souls and stuff. Cat is the gatekeeper. Did I see Kim K cover? No, hold on. Let me look. Kim K cover. What Vogue? Which one? Top stories. Okay. Kim Kardashian channels Elizabeth Taylor in Hollywood, decked out in stunning jewels. That one? This 1 hour ago. I know they lying. This look like Diana Ross or Beyonce. They don't look like no. That Sasha would say, "Is that Beyonce, mommy?" That looks like Diana Ross. Ain't no. Um, she taking them injections. She getting them injections or spray tan. She's gonna transition. I already know it. She's gonna transition. That she looking like Beyonce or Diana Ross. I would be mad. Beyonce manager is on the phone. Excuse me. Wow. Elizabeth Taylor did not wear her hair like that. Or nor was she that tan until the end, but it was more like orange. She did look like a Beyonce. Wow. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of transracialism or racials. Is that what we got to call people now? Transracial. Still, you see, someone just told me to look at the cover because I missed it. Okay, but thank y'all for keeping me up to date. Kris Jenner posted a picture of a wax figure of herself. She keeps it in her house. Wow. Um. hmm The Bible dictionary stated that a group of people, black, brown people, are specified as different from the other Africans, and it gave them the name Negroes. Why especially indifferent? They were probably mixed, like with other DNA. They were probably hybrids with Neanderthal. How? Okay, Mr. Emac. We care a lot. Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. But wouldn't transracialism not work because they don't have? Yeah, it's just the same thing as like just the aesthetic. I would just say thank you for the donation. We care a lot. The aesthetic, the image, not the quantum connection or the cosmic connection, but just the image. When I think about Trump, I don't think about Trump. Trump is a joker. Trump is entertainment. The whole system is entertainment because it doesn't exist over here. It's kind of like when you go on a cruise ship or you go on vacation and they have the plays on the stage and they have the special rules on that ship or that vessel in that on that cruise. Will you get off that boat or will you go back to your normal in real life? Those rules and a lot of that stuff does not apply. You are no longer on that. So government and politics and all that stuff don't exist in our reality in the other side of in the cosmos. So it's just entertainment and things put in place for the time being, uh, for what is present at this given moment on this vessel. So that's how I feel about Trump and politics and all that. Can you explain again what non-melanated people need to do to become one? They have to get a man with some melanin and make a child, and their offspring will be the one. Neo, the one, the Christos. And through that pregnancy, will also help give, you melanin through the organs, higher frequency through the organs because the baby does um, push that out into the mother system. So that's what you can do. You know, you can eat lots of stuff with chlorophyll and natural, plant melanin like mushrooms, dark foods, and stuff like that to and take these elixirs to raise your frequency. Um, that store is closing tomorrow morning. So if y'all want to get it before the holidays, it's closing until the 28th of December. So just FYI for my elixirs. But that's it. And then, the children will catch on, and then the becoming one will be no problem. I mean, you already got kids out here. You already have, non-melanated, non-U-melanated kids out here doing the crip walk. They want. They're on TikTok doing the crip walk and doing gang signs on TikTok in the suburbs. I mean, if you want to be in the culture like that so bad that you're gonna willing to get shot if you do that somewhere else besides the suburb, that's sign of the times. Sasha was asking me because she's on TikTok like looking at all these people, and she's like, "Mama, I want to learn how to crip walk." I'm like, "You want to do what?" She had this morning. Now this is the hilarious part, and this is sad that this is how she's learning about this. She had on a plaid red and black, flannel shirt, some black pants and some black boots, asking me how to do the crip walk. I said, "Sweetie, I know you've been watching them little kids on TikTok do the crip walk, but first of all, you in the wrong shirt to be doing the crip walk. You need to be wearing this." And she's like, "What does that mean?" I say, "See, that's why you don't need to be doing stupid stuff that you don't know what it means." And so I had to sit down and explain to her what the Crips and the Blood was, the Crips and the Bloods, and what the Crip walk is, and why she shouldn't be doing it in that shirt. And she's like, "But you got on a red headband." And I'm like, "Well, at least you listen. At least you listened." But I told her, I said, "Please don't, please don't learn this from TikTok. Just. So I had to scroll back to the 1990s to Snoop Dogg on my YouTube and say, "Y'all want to see the real Crip walk?" I had to find that pastor preacher that played Tupac on his church channel to show her the Crip walk. Okay. I was like, "No, this is the right one. This is the one. This is the one you want to learn. But you are not a Crip, but this is the original walk." That's why I posted that up as well, because I had to show them her and Layla. So it's like, let me show y'all the real thing so y'all can stop and y'all can understand and y'all can realize and A, B, C, and D. So, the culture wants to blend, but you know, the funny thing is that people are separate but want to call themselves one. Or want to be how do I say, when people start doing gang signs and saying the N word and crip walking, but you don't want to mix into the race, it's kind of like I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. And it's kind of like, okay, you like the culture, but you don't want to be the culture. But the whole point is that eventually the um, the culture will take over, and that's why we're seeing a lot of transracial people now because of the high level of influence that the culture has, as well as the celebrities that are extremely pushing being transracial. You know, Like, they even have makeup tutorials to turn yourself transracial on YouTube now. They have this Asian lady. I don't know if she's Korean or Chinese or Japanese, but she turns herself into like a biracial woman with darker skin. And it's like, y'all seen her? And I was like, wow, she looked good like that. She can put that on every day. Because I'm not saying that she was ugly. I'm just saying she did a good job. She, she leveled up. Um, her name Jella. You love her. So you said think about the world without black people. It wouldn't exist. You can't have the world without what I call the glue. So it would not exist. So um, that's why that they really they a lot of people understand this. A lot of scientists and occultists understand this. That's why we're still here. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. They have every weapon, every disease, every kind of you know toxic thing that could destroy people, but they haven't. It would be so easy just to destroy a bunch of people and get rid of them, and then take over, right? Instead of you know allowing people to keep reproducing and thriving, and maybe not as much as they're thriving, maybe living in a poorer state or an oppressed state, but they're still here because without us, there is no here. And that's why, um, right, that's why they have not done away with all the people in the world that are of melanin, because this world would not exist anymore. It would just implode. Poof. So that's why they're trying to figure it out through science and genetics now. Now they're trying to become us without being us, like joining back into the family. It's like, okay, well, that's still not going to work. You have to do it the correct way. And that's why in the Bible they always say, you cannot enter into the kingdom until you are reborn through Christos, through Christ, and through Jesus, through the blood, through the blood. Jesus was born of a woman. That means you have to be born out of a eumelanated woman to be reborn, to enter into the kingdom of heaven, um, and ascend. And the story, yeah, the story of Jesus and Thoth are very similar because they both went down into the underworld and spent 3 days and then was able to ascend. Why? Because they had melanin. Um, they were not of a lower electromagnetic frequency, so they could rise and go back up into the heavens. Right. hmm So, and when Thoth went down into the halls of Amenti and into, um, you know, the underworld, and they were saying, "Oh, he's a son. He's also like like the other children of the sun, but he is also one of us." That means he was a hybrid. So he was able to get out and go teach and et cetera, et cetera. Teach everyone how to be free. That's why they were like, okay, well, you can leave, but you got to go teach. You got to go tell people how to do this so they can get out too. It's just like that Melanie Martinez, K through 12, how everybody left the school and they went through the portal at the end, and there was like only one person left, and he was mad because there was nobody else in the school. I don't know if y'all saw that, but K through 12, Melanie Martinez. So she describes, Earth experienced as a school. Mhm. What song is that, Serious No More? You're not like the others, futuristic lovers, different DNA. They don't understand you. I've heard that before. Who sang that? Mhm. Katy Perry? Oh, yeah, You're an Alien. Kanye and Katy Perry. Oh, Dark Horse? No, that was You're an Alien or Alien, something like that, right? Oh, no, it was Dark Horse. The Alien song has a lot of information is as well. Oh, E.T., that's right, E.T., that's what it's called. Okay. Can I do a video where I talk about human origins? What created Adam and Eve in the first? I don't think Adam and Eve were black until Eve mixed. Eve mixed. That was the serpent on the tree. Um, in the garden, Eve mixed. That's why she had two different types of sons. She cheated on Adam. So, right. Oh, Lilith Winter. As long as you have melanin, it doesn't matter what people consider beautiful. If you think you beautiful. Okay? That's the quantum paradox, baby. If you go on the walkway in Fashion Week, you're gonna see some ugly models, but they getting paid because they beautiful, quote unquote. So it is what you make it. You know, if you own it, you proclaim that it's beautiful, other people will also recognize that. So, mhm. So is there anything we can do about making the pseudo caricatures of black culture? Are there any consequence for their action? No. It's just like, okay, here it is. If you are think about the 80s when everybody wanted to be Michael Jackson. Didn't matter what color you were. They want to be who you want to be when you grow up. I want to be Michael Jackson. Who do you want to marry when you grow up? I want to marry Michael Jackson. Oh, Michael Jackson is my boyfriend. Oh, no, he's my boyfriend. Y'all remember when Thriller came out? Everybody loved Michael Jackson. Everybody wanted to be Michael Jackson. Everybody wanted to marry Michael Jackson. It's kind of like that, but on a grander scale. Now that there is the technology and the cosmetics to turn yourself into something or someone else, it's just a matter of time before transracial was going to be a thing. Okay, you got transgender, transsexual, now you got transrace. So maybe that is the it's just the same thing as someone wanting to have those traits but was not born with them. They will find a way to create them aesthetically. Mhm. So I would say one example in the Bible of that was when um, it was telling people, oh, don't wear makeup and don't braid your hair. This is where a lot of confusion started because men started saying, "Oh, well, women shouldn't wear makeup and do their hair because, or break, or do this with their hair because it says so in the Bible." But they weren't talking to everybody. They were talking to those people that were trying to be what they weren't. They were talking to those women who were trying to be transracial or copying the style of, um, what were their names? The something of Jericho. I don't know. I don't know what their names were. The daughters or something, somebody. But anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. They were emulating their style and culture. hmm I saw that Swedish lady who changed herself to a black woman. And her boyfriend did the same thing. And there's this other guy on YouTube who has like cornrows who's taking the melanin injections as well. hmm And I think Kim's starting to take them injections too, or getting that tan. And then Donald Trump is painting himself orange too. So I don't know. Um, Jay-Z said his highest state of consciousness was MJ's common sense. Really? Wow, what a compliment. Third species. Yep. Oh, Daughters of Jerusalem. Thank you, Mary. Um, could I use this paradox to become the next big rapper or pop star that it works? Um, you see, that's the whole point. You should be able to do that already. You know what I'm saying? If you know it, basically, if that's what you are, then that's what you already are. You know what I mean? If you were a rapper, if you're going to be the next big rapper, you would know code because you would have to put it in your rap in order to even be relevant to get your music out there. Do you know code? Can you write code? Can you put it in a rap? Can you make it rhyme? Can you make it like Jay-Z? Okay. Can you make it mainstream? Can you make it mainstream? Can you hide several meanings in one song? Can you make a surface level, deep level, and super deep level song using the same exact words that will give three totally different messages? Then you are. Then that's what you are. Go do it. Or you can write raps. You can be a ghostwriter until you can get your foot in and then go do your own thing. Yes. But if you don't own your own and you don't have your own record label and whatever, you will have to work under the direction of someone else and they might influence you. But you know, that's fine. If that's what you want. Like Key and Peel is on LOL watching you and them. Yeah, they have a lot of code in their stuff too. It's funny. So how do I know or figure out what I am? What if I feel lost and I'm not completely sure of my talents? I think your focus on your spiritual talents for now, which means listen to your intuition, your inner voice, let that guide you, and take some time to get to know yourself and do what you enjoy and what you have a passion for. That will end up leading you to your purpose. Right. Wasn't Cleopatra Greek, so more pale? There were several Cleopatras and some of them mixed out. Yeah. Um, sure. Do you think that Black people should focus on saving themselves instead of Black community? Should we just stop caring about the community? Um, that's a very good question. First of all, I wouldn't even call it a community. You know why? I wouldn't call it a community. The whole world is yours. Why are you focusing on one little area that someone put you in? Think bigger, baby. Think cosmic. Ice Cube said it best on one of his songs. The world is mine. That's how it starts off. Scarface tried to tell you the world is mine. Why? This is the understanding that you have to get that level of thinking. Chris Brown and Drake. What? Hold on, I gotta. Leo, okay, y'all are talking about science. Thank you, Ebony. Just because you are like a second mom. Oh, thank you, girl. I appreciate that. So you got to think cosmic, not community. Cosmic. Okay, the whole thing is yours. What are you talking about? Save the world. That's the whole story of Jesus. And Mike, heal the world, make it a better place for you and me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a little space, make a better place, heal the world. MJ. And I put the candy canes up there on purpose. He was saying, heal the world. Love is my message. That's what he says. Thank you, Ashira. I agree. I was only asking because Black women are often too focused on the community. Yeah, that's because they were distracted and brainwashed. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. But, that's a start to want to do something. But it has to be on a grander scale. What good is fixing a neighborhood or a community and the world is messed up? It's just going to get re-influenced to be corrupted once again. So what's the point? You gotta start with yourself first. Know thyself. Then you have to start with changing what it is that you want to change about yourself, how you think, what you know, and then teach other people, and then they'll teach other people, and then the knowledge will start to spread. And instead of trying to fix anybody's community, they'll just fix themselves and they'll fix the world. That's how it has to be. That's what it will be. So, yes, man in the mirror. Why focus on something that small? It's like trying to fix. It's like, okay, I give some weird examples sometimes, but it's like you have a car and you need a whole new, engine and all that fuel system and everything, but you're focusing on a scratch. You're focusing on a scratch when the whole car is about to be junked. Right. Oh, y'all talk about Kim and her DNA and her Armenian blood is Druid and people don't marry people just to marry them anymore, especially if they're very knowledgeable, like Kanye. He dug into her background DNA, probably asked her what blood type, A, B, C, and D, because that is true. Her mom, Kim's mom is Irish, American, and then her dad was Armenian, which is like over there in Europe or Eastern Europe, there's different blood types from the ancient Druids or the redhead light-skinned people. And even Rick Ross talks about it. He says, I think the song was called The one he was on with DMX. Let me see the name of it. But anyway, he says, still at odds with the Irish mob. Y'all know what that means? It means, look, still at odds with the Irish mob. So that means they got a mix. Okay, so that song is called Just in Case. Just in Case. And it's on Godfather of Harlem, Swiss Beats, and Rick Ross. I think that's the soundtrack. So, well, can you break down Trump's impeachment? Impeachment. It's not really going to affect anything. In fact, I heard people saying it's going to help his presidency. Probably people will vote more for him because he's the underdog now, because everyone loves the underdog. Um, how do you know if we have serpent or Naga bloodline? If you do your DNA, if you know where your ancestors are from, if you know what tribes they were from, if you understand, you know, different cultural backgrounds, and a lot of ancient deities were a serpent. So mhm, we are in martial law, but it's not real. So yeah, we Trump is it Trump is playing a role. That's it. He gets paid to play this role. He was on reality TV before he was the president. He's in a lot of movies. He's friends with so many celebrities, especially black celebrities. Trump is playing his role, and that's all he's doing. Let that man play his role and let him do and roll out the quantum paradox and be the last president. Okay? Let him do that. When you start seeing everything as a joke and a lie, you stop believing in that system. You know, he's making a mockery of the system in which that is not real. And so when you make a mockery of something and you expose how stupid it is and how silly it is and how they go through all this stupid stuff and nothing changes. Oh, you gonna meet for a couple of days and talk about impeaching me, but I'm still the president? You know, you gonna do all of this and that and sit up in this high court and talk some trash and that no one understands or cares about, but I'm still the president and I'm still gonna win the next election? Okay, well, y'all have a good old time. It ain't real. He's exposing the truth. Okay. So that's why Kanye said, when I saw Donald Trump become the president, I was happy because that means I can be the president too. Now, he was trying to say, this is a joke. If he can win, I know I can win because it's this is falling apart now. It's over. If y'all voted him in, I can get people to vote me in too because it's a joke. And he's exposing everybody, and y'all still like him. And no matter what you do, you have no power still. He has his role. He has his he was selected for that role, and there is nothing anybody can do except uh, complain. But the whole point is the truth is coming out through all of this. It's fake. It has no impact on you whatsoever. Okay. I would never want to be a president. You know what a president is to me? A president is like the YouTube channel for the United States. You get on YouTube, you say some stuff, you put your whole category under comedy when it's supposed to be under political, but it ain't. It's under comedy because it's not real. It's just entertainment. And now, you know, people take it seriously, literally. Getting fights and wars over it. You just go home at the end of the day and be like, "Ooh, I wonder what they're gonna have me doing tomorrow." Thank you, N1 Play 5. I'm in Benin City, aka Edo, was born there. Then found out my three times grandma, great 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 grandma, is Portuguese, and there's Lagos, Nigeria, and Portugal. Also Tokyo. Old name was Edo. Snake worshipped on both ends, and Nigerian and Japanese are similar. That's true. Like everybody always thinks, thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle, for that very generous donation. Everybody thinks Layla is Blasian because of her Asian eyes, but her father, my husband, James, has a large percentage of Nigerian DNA. So that's where she gets her Blasian eyes. Hmm. You plan on running for Asian? I mean, running for a office for mayor? For what? I would never want to be in politics. That's like taking a step down, girl. What you doing? Think about it. If you join politics, you are limited on what you can say and express. It's over. You can't get on YouTube and do what I do. If you in politics, you got a role to play, you got an agenda to fulfill, and you are not as powerful as you could be if you were not in politics. That's why a lot of artists and a lot of like woke people do not enter politics because they will be muzzled. You have less power in politics than you have in the cosmos, unless you're going to come out and say the truth. Then no one will vote for you. You see? Unless you lie to get in, they start telling the truth like Donald Trump. Fake news. He said fake news. I was like, he ain't right. He's not lying. It's fake news. This ain't real. It ain't gonna happen. I don't believe it. He's trying to tell y'all it's all fake. The only reason that we believe in politics, laws, the judicial system, and all this kind of crap is because they set it up and they said it is real. Y'all have to do this now because it's real. It's like somebody came and set up shop and said, okay, now this is it. This is what y'all got to do now. Okay. Before, it wasn't real at all. It wasn't real at all before until they said, okay, this is what it is. So it's no longer real. It's over. Nobody cares about that. You know, mhm. Y'all don't like my hideous. Someone said my hideous mug. This is a Thanos gauntlet. That's Sasha's cup, my daughter. Well, then why Kanye want to be president knowing how big his mouth is? He tell the world everything, even from. That's why he want to become president so he can reveal the truth that it's all fake. The system will crumble if the leader is not convincing, darling. Okay, the leader is crazy and not convincing and up to his own agenda, they're not going to believe that this whole system is real, especially when they can't. Uh, you see, it's not real. Do y'all remember that movie Idiocracy? It's like um, It goes these people go into the future, and the president is like Terry, what was his name? Terry Crews. Go watch that movie, Idiocracy. And they don't drink water. All they drink is Gatorade, and they try to water crops with Gatorade. It's hilarious. It's like um, everything crumbles, and like everyone is stupid and dumb, and they depend on technology, and the world is like disgusting. And so these people from the past go into the future, and they're not even smart. They're dumb in the past, but they're like the smartest people in the world when they travel into the future. And one is Nix, I think it was her Namaya Rudolph, and then one is Luke Wilson, and I think they end up marrying and becoming the president of the United States. So then you got the interracial relationship, and you have the politics, and you have people taking over that are not even smart and are not qualified to even run a country, but it had gotten so bad and the whole system crumbled, they had to restart the whole thing. So that movie is funny. It's a comedy. Right. Do I write books? Yes, I have a few books. But the book that I wrote that's pertaining to this channel is How to Manifest Using Dark Energy and Dark Matter. It's on Amazon. It's an ebook. The link is in the description bar if y'all are interested. Okay, so what is this about the melanin that blesses one with all the ethereal powers? The Christos. Um, well, scientifically, melanin has crystals in it. That's why they call it the crystalline or the Christos or the anointed. And it gives you access as, because remember what crystals are, neither a liquid nor a solid, neither a wave nor a particle, as far as quantum physics is concerned about certain energies and particles. It is from the cosmos. So ethereal would be from above. So if you have melanin, you have access to the cosmos. There you go. Dark matter is universal energy from the cosmos. Yes. Love purifies. That's right. Another word from melanin is also love because it's a high frequency, the highest frequency. Christ consciousness 3-3. Hey, it's a high frequency. There you go. Do Jewish people have melanin? If some of them do, some of them don't. Depends on how far they mixed out of their melanin. You know, Ashira is sidereal or tropical astrology accurate. I don't know. I'm not really into the astrology. Um, like that. Not on that level. Is making love with someone that has more melanin more divine than making love with someone who's not melanin? I don't know. You're gonna have to do some experiment and come back and tell me. I okay. So anyway, Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know on that one. Go figure it out. What? Something about Obama, the first. I still think it's crazy that they announced Obama as the first black president. I was like, he's not even black, he's Middle Eastern. Kendra Benet. Benet. How he Middle Eastern when he wasn't born in the Middle East? That don't make no sense. But okay. People crazy, I promise. Hmm. He Hawaiian. Right. Yeah. He was born in Hawaii, right? He half Jewish and half Kenyan. Okay. Yeah. They look at him as a joke. He was a puppet. Okay. The whole system is a joke. Why would you put faith in a joke? Mhm. He's not Hawaiian, just born there. Well, that's what Hawaiian means, right? Like born in Hawaii. Like maybe not um, Pacific Islander. Mhm. Abraham Lincoln was black. Okay. I believe that. Right. Right. So, somebody said he's mixed. He's half Syrian. Who's Syrian? His mama Syrian? Mhm. People are crazy. No, he's Japanese, y'all. But Obama is Japanese. I promise you. He's transracial. There you go. That's the truth. Y'all sitting over here saying he everything he not. Anyway, oh, Obama was supporting terrorist groups in Egypt, and he was not nice to black people. That's what I could say. Or when you work for a corrupt, fake system, you have to follow their orders. You know? When you're the CEO of a corrupt system, you got to follow their order. It don't matter what color you are. you know. So here's my thing. He's making more money now than he was as the president. I mean, that's a small price to pay, especially if he's like, well, they gonna do it anyway. If I'm not the president, they gonna order someone else to say A, B, C, and D. I might as well get mine. I'm not saying it's right, but whoever was in office was gonna do the same thing anyway. No matter what they look like, no matter who they were, what gender they were gonna put the same stuff out anyway. So he might as well get his book deals, his tours, get his name out there, get his money, and be done. Get his wife out there, get her stuff going, and be done. Transmute it. Get in where you fit in. Transmute it all. Because if it wasn't him sitting in that chair, it would have been someone else doing it. He has no power. They don't have any power. The agenda was already written long ago. All he doing is sitting there taking the blame, just like Donald Trump is, playing the role. Except he didn't expose it. Donald Trump is exposing his role. Donald Trump is saying this fake news, this ain't real. I'm still gonna be the president, no matter what you say. Whatever. He's actually being silly with it. Obama was like, "Yeah, I know my role. I gotta pretend I'm in charge of some stuff, and then I'm gonna get my book deal and get my mansion in the Hamptons. Michelle get her level up makeover. We're gonna meet with Jay Z and Beyonce. We're gonna be getting our money in the future for years to come. If we just sit here and look like we're doing something that we really not." We just going to be the face to calm people down, to make them think something is changing while we, you know, doing A, B, C, and D. But it all works out for the greater good anyway, because after me, people gonna figure out it's fake anyway. So I gotta play my role. I'm gonna get in where I fit in, get my money, uh, show the people, A, B, C, and D, and then I'm out. Do you think black men and women had this gender war to get us to mix with other races? Yes, Ebony, I do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Ebony, I do. I do. I think that. It only happens in cultures and countries where um, melanin is highly needed at this time. They're not pushing it in other places that are very melanated. They're not pushing it in South and Central Americas. They're not pushing it in India, Bangladesh. They're not pushing it in Africa. They're not pushing it in Nigeria. They're not pushing it in Ghana. They don't have to. They're pushing it where melanin is needed. I want my kids to have the fullest, right? Okay, you got all the answers, Sway. How, Sway? You ain't got the answers. That was hilarious. Calling you crazy. Um, you're from the UK, and what? Did I miss it? All right. Well, sorry. So people are going to be put in a certain light to cause certain reactions, to cause certain attention, to cause certain agendas, such as the interracial mixing of the races. So just really think about it. Like, put your mind on it for a second. Uh, Black women are overly sexualized. They're put on the pedestal as right now, Black women are being put on a pedestal as, the most beautiful, since they hold every title to the beauty pageants. They're being over sexualized. They're being, pushed upon, society as, this is the standard. Uh, People are running around getting butt implants, A, B, C, and D. So, fake tans and stuff. So they're pushing it so that people are attracted, so that they will want to intermix. Right. So that's what that is. Say, right. That's what Kanye was saying. Everywhere you go is sex trafficking. It's like, I can't leave my house without seeing an ad for sex trafficking. And I call a strip club the sex trafficker. You know. So he's talking about he can't go anywhere without seeing, like someone says, body parts everywhere and half naked people, and this agenda being pushed. hmm Um, it was like her. Oh, y'all talk about somebody's speech. Right, right. hmm There, he called it sex trafficking because it's bringing traffic into a place that is capitalizing off of sex. He didn't mean the literal type of sex trafficking. He's trying to say they're trafficking in people through sex into the strip clubs so that you know their agenda is fulfilled. Okay. Mhm. Shira said on one show that now all female rappers have to make their booty clap. I sure did say that. Even Lizzo. They said, Lizzo, you want to get famous? She said, mm-hmm. You know what you got to do. But even my booty, even yours. Why? Because a lot of women look just like you, Lizzo. Okay. A lot of women look like you. Okay. Not everybody look like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, uh, you know, but we got to represent for y'all too. Well, okay, I guess. You know, I guess I can make it clap too. Y'all want to play the flute at the same time too? Because, I could do that. I'm multi talented. Sure. um, we'll put you on the grandest stage, get you the best dancers. For real? Hmm. Okay. Okay. That's that's the agenda to get to over sexualize so that it's a go for the consideration to remix. Mhm. Making us look like whores so that they can have more reason to treat us like. Well, think about men though. Think about the men. Think about how men think. Now that's for my other channel. But men are visual creatures. Okay. You can't put something out there that's, innocent and pure and expect people to want to procreate with it unless something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? They have to push um, the image so that it is a strong sexual image, so that it is a very strong pull. Hmm. That's the agenda. And then the girls, the younger girls of every race, are going to try to emulate. And then they're going to say, "Oh well, I want the real deal," right? Right, right, right. So they're pushing that over sexualized agenda to get people to start mixing even more. Because look, even though maybe they won't marry Lizzo, maybe a Caucasian man won't marry Lizzo, but he gonna do something with her that could result in a pregnancy. Or they might see someone and like, I just want to know what it's like. That might end up in a pregnancy. Just you ain't got to be married. You just might end up in a pregnancy. You know. Well, I'm gonna have that baby because he got good money. He gonna get that child support going. See, everything was set up from the beginning. Everything has a reason. Everything that is against you is for you. You know. So that's why it makes no sense to focus on the problem because the solution has already been implemented. Focus on what you want to create in this world because that's going to be the real thing. Okay. Everybody's always focused on, oh, but they're doing it. It's already done. You already won. All you got to do is start creating what you want to see. you know? It's just like Bird Box, you fighting an invisible thing. It ain't there. Focus on what you wanna create. What is your goal? I think that's where people get caught up in this problem. They're putting our image and making us look like yeah, okay, whatever, but it's all gonna work out for the greater good. So after it works out for the greater good, what kind of business do you want to start? What do you want to do with your life? Do you want to do this? I mean, what did you always want to do in life? Do you want to write? Do you want to paint? Do you want to do music? Do you want to go into the science? What do you want to do? But just too many people are focused on something that has already been solved. Okay. This already been solved. It's been solved from the beginning. Okay. We're just acting it out now. We're performing it. This is a play. This a movie. Y'all getting caught up as if the movie is real, and the movie already has an ending, and we are going to be, oh, getting the ending that we want. Okay, so don't get caught up in the what they call the drama of the movie. Wait for the ending. And movies never really end. They just show you the end of, you know, this perspective. Oh, they go off and live happily ever after or whatever. Okay. So that's what you have to do. It's already happened. Who is the director? You are. You the director, but you forgot because you got caught up in the role, and you got caught up in that person's role. You got caught up in that drama that was written, and you got caught up in this, and you got caught up in this because you think it's real. That's how it is. So it's already written, it's already done. Because I'm forever young. So when the director yells cut, I'll be fine. I'm forever young. You know, Jay-Z. The whole thing is already good. You done. Don't have to focus on the drama. That's just written in there, for entertainment value, for drama, for growth, for character development. It's not it's not written there for you to stay stuck there and make a whole documentary series about the particular drama that was created to um, make character development for that character's role. Okay. That's exactly what it is. Why do you think people want to control Hollywood? Why do you think people want to control the movie industry? Because it's very parallel to what's happening. Okay. So just understand that. You good. Stop focusing on the problem. What do you want to do? Focus on what you want to create. We are creators. Don't focus on what has already been created. Focus on what you want to create yourself. What do you want to see? What do you want to be doing? What do you want to write a movie next? Okay, you want to be Tyler Perry next? So this is how you have to realize it. Too many people are caught up in the drama of the movie of the character's development, and they never develop as the character. So what movie would you watch if there were no character developments or drama? I wouldn't watch it. Don't you want to see the end? Don't you want to see the development? Don't you want to see the success? Don't you want to see, the end of the struggle of that character's, development? Let's move past that and understand that that is the purpose of it. Hmm. Be the star in your own film. That's right. Mhm. So when people start focusing on the character development and the drama of something, remember it's put in there for a reason and to make the successful outcome or you know, the climax of the movie all the better. So we don't need to focus on that. It's like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay, yeah, I understand why it had to happen, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do this now. Right? Oh, look, you know why she's so good because she went through that thing, or you know why he's so good at that because he had to go through that. That's right. Wow. We're not focusing on the bad. We're focusing on the growth, the lessons, and the endurance and the strength that situation created. hmm You got my crown chakra on fire. To you flame. That's funny. Okay, so that's the beautiful part of the paradox. Um, what you think is real is not real. You know, so it's just what is in the present moment to create and make you better in the future. Just like the paradox. Um, so let's just say you live in this world over here, in this part of the world, or in this part of the universe where, you know, a lot of things don't even exist that exist in this world. But you have an underlying urgency or feeling of something that's pushing you to a higher level to push you to do more. And you just don't know what it is. It's just such a drive. Well, you're feeling your counterpart over here going through a lot of issues and drama and oppression. And so you have a connection or a tether, like they did in us over here, feeling that, okay, well, I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to do more. I need to keep going. And that is the connection that's pushing you even higher on this realm. At the same time, it's pushing you also physically, mentally, and spiritually higher on this realm at the same time. But yet, this um, motivation or this challenge does not exist over here in the physical. So um, that's how you can look at it. But if you can watch a movie and get the same information, you don't need to go through the experience if you learn through the experience of others, or if you learn through the experience of your other self. hmm Do I ever get massage for stress reduction? I love massages, but I know I don't go like on the regular. I really don't have too much stress. I live a life that's like stress free. hmm How to handle highly stressful, dramatic situation. Look for the good in it. You know, stop worrying about it. First of all, stop worrying about it. Second of all, take a step back. Third of all, solve it steps at a time. That's how I would handle it. I wouldn't overreact. hmm Can you like my sweater shirt? Oh, thank you. Y'all like my MJ sleeves? Oh, I know I had to get it when I saw that. I was like, got to get it. Um, was James always there for you? Yes, he was. Yes, he is. Mhm. All right, y'all. Well, that was my video. I mean, I don't want to make it too long. I want to put the information out there and let y'all understand it and process it and understand it from that frequency, that view. Um, don't get caught up in the dream or don't get caught up in the movie, drama and character development. Get caught up in the results, the finish, the climax. All right. See you later. Bye.